Imagine this. You're in a small, dusty town in Mexico. The sun blazes overhead, and in the middle of a makeshift wrestling ring stands a man in stretchy tights. He's not there for fame or riches, but for something far greater. His name? Nacho Libre. His mission? To become a luchador and in doing so, fulfill his one true dream. It's ridiculous and it's heartfelt and it's hilarious. Today, I will convince you to watch Nacho Libre, one of the quirkiest, most unexpectedly inspiring comedies out there. As film critic David Anson once said, Nacho Libre is a heartwarming offbeat comedy that celebrates the spirit of the underdog. It's a film that makes you laugh out loud while quietly tugging at your heart. First, we'll look at the film's unique humor and unforgettable characters. Then, we'll explore the deeper themes of ambition and identify. Finally, I'll show you why Nacho Libre still resonates nearly 2 decades later. Let's start with the comedy. Because Nacho Libre is unlike any movie you've ever seen, directed by Jared Hess, the same mind behind Napoleon Dynamite, the film is packed with awkward pauses, exaggerated dialogue, and over-the-top physical comedy. At the heart of it all is Jack Black, who gives a performance that is part cartoon, part underdog hero, and 100% committed. Whether he's delivering lines like, "I believe in science," or leaping off the ropes with all the grace of a flying burrito, Jack Black's Nacho is absurdly lovable. But the magic doesn't stop there. His wrestling partner Esqueleto, the orphans he cares for, even the dismissive priest, all of them are quirky, funny, and somehow real. They don't just fill the screen, they build a world that feels weirdly alive. But for all its laughs, Nacho Libre also tells a surprisingly meaningful story. Nacho isn't just some goofy monk in tights. He's a man stuck between two identities, the one society gave him and the one he yearns for. He cooks slop for orphans in a monastery, but he dreams of wrestling glory, a dream forbidden by the very church he serves. This tug of war between duty and desire is something we all face at some point. Who hasn't felt stuck in a role they didn't choose? Who hasn't wanted something more? What makes Nacho Libre's story so compelling is that his dreams aren't selfish. He wrestles not for vanity, but to provide better food and care for the orphans. His path is messy. He lies, he sneaks out, but he learns, and in the end, he finds a way to be both a man of faith and a luchador. Nacho Libre asks a real question. Hidden under all the silliness, can we chase our dreams without betraying who we are? So, we've seen how the film is both funny and meaningful. But why does it still matter almost 20 years later? Simply put, Nacho Libre has become a cult classic. It's still quoted online, used in memes, and featured in viral TikToks. Phrases like, "get that corn out of my face," live on far beyond the film itself. Its visual style, bright colors, vintage costumes, and lo-fi effects give it a timeless feel. It doesn't really crude jokes or trendy references, so it hasn't aged like many of its comedy peers. It's weird, but it's in a way that feels pure. Even today, people still dress as Nacho for Halloween, Comic-Cons, and costume parties. New fans discover it every year through streaming. And why? Because at its core, this is a movie that celebrates being different, being bold, and being yourself, even if that means wearing stretchy pants and getting body slammed in front of a crowd. Today, we looked at Nacho Libre's unforgettable humor, its deeper themes of ambition and identity, and why it still resonates with audiences nearly 2 decades later. It's more than a comedy. It's a feel-good story about embracing who you are and daring to dream, even if the dreams seem ridiculous. So, next time you need a laugh or a little inspiration, remember Nacho. Put on your mask, step into life's ring, and never forget sometimes the most ridiculous dreams are the ones worth fighting for.